Hi, I'm Dr. Haley Perlus. Welcome to today's Mental Toughness Moment. I just finished texting with an athlete about the goals he has for the next few months or so, and I want to share them with you because these are the types of goals we talk about when we are instructing you or recommending you set process goals. In Personal Podium, I call them NOW goals. I didn't come up with the acronym, but I love NOW, no opportunity wasted. And these, to me, are the most important goals to achieve whatever your dream goal is, or to put yourself in a position to discover what your dreams can be. And I'll just share a couple of examples of this athlete's goals. And one is for his workouts, for his conditioning, and it is to use his older teammates to his advantage. And it's stick with them as long as possible, go at their pace, and see how long you can do that for. So that's one of his goals, is to do his best to match the older teammates' stamina. And he's going to see if he can pursue that. But we definitely talked about making sure that it is safe and effective, and he's not, lifting the exact same weight if he's not as big as them or strong as them, but just keeping up with, their repetitions, whatever his weight is, trying to keep up with their endurance, their stamina. So striving to hold on to sticking with them as long as he can. He also has a goal every day to lie down and get his legs up the wall. So you sit you sit flat on your back and you get your butt as close to the wall as you can. Stick your legs up to give your legs some little bit of some draining, and really good for him and his body. So he's got that goal to do that pose for 10 minutes every single day. Legs up the wall pose for 10 minutes every single day. He then has, when he's training by himself, he has come within 1 to 5 repetitions of failure during his strength training. So there's this idea where he's going to push, and then, within 1 to 5 repetitions, depending on what the coach has given him that day. He also has a goal about sleep control. So he has found it best that wearing earplugs helps him, especially when he's traveling and especially when he has roommates. So wear earplugs and then turn on an Audible book or his R&B music 30 minutes before he wants to go to sleep. So he comes up with a sleep ritual. That's what he can control within his sleep. He has some new coaches this year, and there's a little bit of some different language, a little bit of some different terminology. So he is to ask, whenever he's with his technical coaches, he's created a goal for himself to ask them at least one question every single day, just one question, to start using the language, to start hearing them use the language when they speak to him, so he can become more familiar with the terminology. So the goal is to ask at least one question to the coaches, and that'll engage in communication. He also, outside of his sport, has an interest. He currently is not in school, so he wants to keep his mind active and his brain learning. So he has a goal of learning French or astrophysics or biology during his downtime. So he knows that, he's going to have some kind of ongoing learning. And then we want to really improve his visualization, his imagery technique. So he's going to experiment with all types of imagery, 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes a day. And that can be spread out throughout the day, but at least once every day, he's going to experiment with the imagery techniques. And he and I have talked about the numerous ways to use imagery. So he's just on his own going to be able to choose one and go for it every day. And then the final goal that we have set is 5 minutes minimum of daily boredom every single day. And what does that mean? He knows what it means, but I'll share with you. And I've also recorded a video that also explains the brilliance of boredom if you want to go look that up. He could just step outside and be still. He could just stop what he's doing and stare out the window. He could just go and sit down on the couch, no music, no TV, no talking, just sitting and being bored. Now you can maybe put some background noise on, but you really don't want to be tuned into that. It's really just allowing yourself to be bored, because in that moment is where you become creative. Ideas start to make sense. So for example, things that he may be working on that his coaches have been telling him to work on, and it may not all be quite understood. In those moments of boredom, his mind may start to process that and making it make sense. Or his mind may be taking two ideas that he already has and putting them together and coming up with something brilliant. So I'm just going to go through this list one more time because they are a lot, but they're all within his control. And that's the piece that's most important. They're all within his control and they're all within his confidence. So 1, legs up the wall pose, 10 minutes every day. 2, using his older teammates taking advantage of his older teammates, and when he does train with them, trying to stick with them as long as he possibly can. When he is doing his own conditioning, strength training, coming within 1 to 5 repetitions of failure. Sleep control, wearing his earplugs and listening to his Audible, so an audiobook or R&B music, 30 minutes. He'll start to turn those things on 30 minutes before he wants to fall asleep. When he's with his technical coaches, he's going to ask them at least one question per that session to get familiar with the terminology and language communication. He's going to make sure that he's exploring his French, astrophysics, or biology to keep his mind going. And it's not always about his sport. It's about other things and other learning opportunities. He's going to experiment with all the different types of imagery and visualization he and I have talked about just once a day, and 5 minutes of daily boredom each and every day. These are process goals. These are, again, what I call in Personal Podium, my new book, now goals. They are 100% within your control. They are 100% within your belief when you create them for yourself. And they are the goals that are going to help you achieve whatever outcomes you're looking for and then achieve your long-term dream. Or if you don't have a long-term dream, help you discover what your dream could be. What are your process now goals going to be? Get creative, grab a pen and paper, write at least one down, and go after it today. If you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Leave them in the space provided. Visit my website at drhaleyperlus.com. You can go and click on my new book, Personal Podium, where you'll get lots of more of tangible information like what I just shared with you. And until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day.